Hey everybody, welcome to Good Things. It's Sunday, November 5th, 2017. We've fallen back into fall and we're all ready to talk about a few good things. Everybody, welcome to Good Things and welcome to the week. We are live and we haven't been a couple of weeks, but we are live here at the WLVS Radio Listen Vision Live Studios right here in DC. And we're so excited to be back. It's a new month. We are dead into fall.
Oh my gosh, it is. I got to wear a coat this week.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of nice. I am still I feel like I'm behind a little bit because I think I was trying to keep certain things out because it was start the day at 45, end the day at 85. Yeah, so I didn't know really what to do. So I'm glad that I think we are finally in that mode.
Steady a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
We know what to expect.
Right, yeah. And so that's good. Felt bad for my kids, especially my little guy because I would send him to school all bundled up. And at the end of the day, he'd be like, Mom,
I'm dying.
Why'd you put me in this coat? And I was like, sorry, babe, it was 42. I know it's 88 right now, but, just stuff it in your backpack. You'll be okay. But we are so happy to have you join us. And if you've never joined us before, welcome.
Hello.
Hi. I am Kenosha, and these two beautiful and amazing people next to me are my amazing, talented co-hosts, Leah and Britt.
Hello.
Hi.
And we come to you every single Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're just basically here to really impart as much as we can to really help you hopefully get some great tips and maybe some great ideas and some guides to really help you be your best self and live your best life.
And experience some good things.
Yes, that's what Good Things is all about, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So, what we try to do is also make sure that we educate just a little bit, but in kind of a fun way. And that is really what Good Things is here to do. And if you haven't seen us before, we're glad that you're with us today. And if you have, thank you for supporting us, as always. And we also want to thank all of our sponsors, Soderma Dermatology, Hair Meets Art. We also want to thank the Officer and a Gentlewoman, LLC, who are also really the creators and bringers of the Mrs. DC America pageant. And we want to give a big shout out, actually, before I forget.
Yes, huge shout out.
Oh my gosh.
And congratulations to Miss Julie Cangialosi, who is also Mrs. DC 2017, but just recently made history.
By
First ever.
Big deal for DC residents.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, she just became the very first Mrs. DC to win the title of Mrs. of America. So she's actually going to be going to Mrs. World, which is going to be held in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Which is crazy. So crazy because it's next month.
It is next month,
Yeah.
December 9th through the 16th.
Yep.
And so we are rooting her on. Congratulations, Julie. We are so proud of you. And
We're your cheerleaders.
yay!
We'll
And
cheer from here.
But, it's a really great, so if you haven't followed her, please do. You can follow her at Mrs. DC America Pageant on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also follow her at Julie Cangialosi, Mrs. DC America 2017. And, we are the nation's capital. We're going to the Mrs. World, and we're going to represent, right?
You better take that.
We're going to bring it. Absolutely.
So thank you, and congratulations, sweetheart. We're right there rooting for you. But,
turn it over to me.
Yeah.
So before we get started with all of our great stuff that we have planned for the show today, we're going to show you a couple of things going on in the DMV that could really get you involved. And I always say anything you can do to give back puts you in a good course.
Yeah, there's
for
some
the
great
week.
events
Yeah.
happening in the DMV, and we definitely want to share those with you. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what we
Take
got
a look.
going on? All right, so some of the first ones, I think, we have a couple of banners here, so yeah.
So Devotion to Children it's the 15th annual Red Heart and Soul Gala. It is Thursday, November 9th from 6 to 10. They're going to have some great celebrity people there. There's going to be Senator Mark Warner, Doug Kammer.
Oh, yeah, Doug Kammer from NBC, so he's the meteorologist there.
And
He's
if
gonna
I
be the
watched...
master of ceremonies.
Yes, if I watched NBC more, I would probably know that.
You don't have time to watch TV, I'm sorry.
But the Ritz-Carlton in Tyson's Corner is where it's going to be held in McLean. So go and check it out. It's an awesome cause. Obviously, anything that, gives back to children, we're all about.
Absolutely,
So, yeah.
absolutely. And there's a couple of more things. Obviously, we have Veterans Day coming up on the 10th, although I think we observe it. Do we observe it on Friday?
On Friday.
We are observing it Friday on the 10th. I know a lot of people had questions about it because they're used to it falling on a Monday. I think that was just happenstance, so.
Most companies are having to give that floating holiday.
Yeah. And then we also have...
My Sister's Closet Donation Day.
Oh.
So they're partnering with 3 women's shelters in the DMV area to host its first donation day. And all those donations are going to be provided directly to the women serviced by those shelters. And they're really in need of a fresh start. So that is November 11th, Saturday from 10 to 2. And anything that you can donate would be appreciated.
Oh, and actually, something I found out about My Sister's Closet, because I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I knew that they have an operation in Maryland, but it is actually a nationwide organization, and they do a lot for women just kind of going back into the workforce and just kind of re-entering, especially after maybe suffering, not being at work for a long time, single mothers, homelessness, and things like that. And so they really do a lot all across the nation. So if you are interested in learning more about how to donate or give time to My Sister's Closet, which they would love, you can actually just Google My Sister's Closet and find your local or regional donation site or community action organization for them, and they'll be happy to help you out.
You know what I love about it? I love the name, My Sister's Closet.
Yeah.
Because you know the phrase, My Sister's Keeper?
Yep.
And the 3 of us, we're like all about women, uplifting women.
Absolutely.
So I just love that the name kind of really represents that for me.
Yeah.
And November is...
Oh my gosh. November is National Adoption Month, which anyone that knows me.
That's why I went over to her. She just sent us the cutest picture. And although, this wasn't an adoption of a person, but she is a pet mommy.
She adopts fur babies.
Yes. And so all adoption is great. But yes, November is National Adoption Month. And I have friends who have the most amazing families. And they were gifts based upon and from, adoption services. And
Absolutely. And whether you choose to expand your family by adopting a child or a young adolescent, a teen, or by fostering children, by fostering dogs. So November is actually National Adopt a Senior Month for dogs or cats. So I actually just got a senior baby in yesterday.
He's so cute. He's so cute.
I'm sorry. She's a doll. Her name is Silver, and she's somewhere between 12 and 16.
Yeah.
Can't hear a thing, deaf in one eye. But I love her to death, and she's so sweet. And it just, I always think of it as, I really hope someone wants me around when I'm deaf and can't see out of one eye.
They will. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We'll come scoop you up. We'll make sure.
Right.
We'll make sure. We'll do your hair and make sure everything is good to go.
I mean, at least
won't
make
leave
me
you
look
hanging.
pretty, and hopefully I'm dating in the nursing home back. If Jay leaves me.
I was just curious, where's Jay?
Where's Jay
on all
gonna
this?
do?
Jay's a big guy. Big guys never live that long. I mean, I love him, but it
Jay,
just
she's
never.
already.
She's kidding.
You wonder why I have him on a vegan diet. I'm like, you gotta do everything to prepare.
And you're going to see more about that too. Well, we've got to take a really quick short break, but when we return, we're going to talk about some functional ways to stay warm as the weathers get cold. And you know what? We're also going to talk about some of the newest apps that are around, and some of them were launched at the top of the year, and some of them are currently coming out. But as we know, technology is not going anywhere, so we got to keep up. So we're going to share some of those with you to help you maybe simplify things in your life just a little bit. But Good Things will be right back.
I've always had problems with my love handles and my lower abs. I was never quite able to get rid of that excess body fat around that area.
My abdomen area after having children. No matter what I was doing, I couldn't get it to look the way I wanted it to look.
I had a son who's just turned 4, and I'm older now, and I started getting the belly fat that wasn't going away with doing exercise.
No matter how much I changed the diet and how much I worked on my body, the problem areas remain there.
I couldn't take time off work or anything and didn't have time to really recover, so it was really important that this was something that you could keep moving on with your life.
I came right from work, came in, had the treatment done, the 25-minute treatment on the 4 different areas, and literally when I walked out the door, I drove right back to work and picked up where I left off.
I like the idea that, it's not invasive.
I want something that I can come do it and go home and go back to work without any issues. No downtime.
The process didn't require any anesthesia, no pain medication. It was easy.
It was great. I mean, I think the first time I actually went, I didn't go back to work. I actually went to the gym.
I've personally have had and seen really, really good results.
My first month, I noticed my flanks were going lower and lower. This used to be a size 36, now I'm 34.
My stomach is flatter, it's more smooth.
I feel better, like your clothes fit better, they're not touching you the wrong way, they're, hanging a little looser.
After the procedure, I definitely feel more confident that there's less of me there.
My brother definitely noticed. I didn't tell him what I was doing, but my brother, he's like, are you trimming up or something like that? Are you doing anything extra? I said, no, I'm just, doing my normal thing at the gym and things like that.
I'm proud. I'll lift my shirt up and show everybody my belly.
I'm very happy with making the choice to have the sculpture done.
It's a good feeling too. I mean, finally getting the results that I've been looking for forever.
And if you're a guy who cares for himself, then you want to do it. I mean, there's nothing to do. This is not just for women. We do it because for once, we have the technology available. And I think that we should take advantage of that.
I would rate my success of the procedure a 10. It was very positive. I'm very impressed with the results, and they have exceeded my expectations, definitely.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Good Things. So, for many of us across the nation, fall has finally gotten here. And usually these seasons, I'm originally from the Midwest, but the fall and winter seasons usually bring about multiple weather options, as we talked about earlier. However, usually at some point in time, the temperatures are going to start to drop unless you're somewhere in the South Pacific. But if you're here in the United States, you're going to feel those temperatures come down a little bit. And, one of the things that I never liked growing up was to be so bundled up that I couldn't move. And I, would look at like the little kids who had to have like big, huge things on. And nowadays,
Oh my gosh, when you drive and you feel like you can't turn the wheel
you
because
can't move
your arms.
Yeah, that's the whole, I was like, I can't do it. And so, I think it's great that now, as technology has also filtered into fashion, we're able to kind of do some things and use some things that allow us to stay fashionable without being all frumpy and bulky.
I'm excited about what we're getting ready to
I know,
talk about.
and uncomfortable. So we did a little research and we found some of our favorite kind of new things to help you kind of stay warm and cuddly and cozy, but also
cute.
and cute and
cute.
fashionable and cute without having to drag
Because
along.
obviously every time good things step out, we're all cute.
We try.
Pretty much.
I don't know. If you guys ran into me this morning, you would have
Shut
been
up.
like,
With all the rain and everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's start from the top and we're going to work our way down. So
Okay.
I'm going to start right at the head and shoulders. And one of the things that I love to stay warm and to have a hat. However, I don't like
your hair.
Yeah, I don't like the
Hair.
hat head, and I don't like having to go someplace and then you got static cling going on and all that, and then you got to figure out what to bring in your car and in your purse.
Then your
to-
head starts to sweat.
yeah, all these things, and then the makeup. If you got
Yeah,
makeup on, it's just not fun. So we're gonna solve that first of all with a heated headband, and this is from Verseo, and in that little zipper pocket you see is a battery pack that allows this to warm from 100 to roughly about 108 degrees.
Oh my God.
So how do you change it, or does it just warm to its?
Well, you have actually a setting, and there's
Okay.
basically 3 settings, and it works off of 3 AAA batteries, so it's very easy.
wow.
And if you have it at the highest setting, it can pretty much keep that in that heat, that temperature for up to 5 hours. So,
Oh, wow.
you're outside, you're doing, maybe some Christmas shopping.
Or you're at your son's football game.
That
and,
too,
oh my
I
gosh,
was
no
thinking
one
about that.
around.
Yes, all of those things.
Husband
And you have to
softball
try to be all
game.
excited, but you're cold.
But you're freezing, yes. So this is going to help you out tremendously. The second thing, which goes right into that, is a heated neck
That's
and
amazing.
shoulder
I
scarf.
want that
As you can
one.
see, the same type of battery pack, and this is actually from the same company, Verseo, Verseo, and you can find all of these at Verseo.com, and they're actually very reasonable. I think both of these items retail for $39.95, and they're having like a 15% off discount. And so, but this neck scarf is great. It has 3 temperature settings, but it also has 3 zone settings. So you can choose neck, shoulders, upper and mid back.
Can you do them all at the same time?
You
too?
can do them all at the same time. And you can turn them off. You can do whatever you like.
I'm not American at all. I want everything.
All at once. And so these are really, really great options just to kind of keep you from having to have like a whole big old thing going on around your neck. I don't like a lot of stuff up around my neck. I get itchy.
You wear more turtlenecks though than anyone I know.
I do, but I'm very specific with the type of material that it is. If it starts to itch, I can't do it. It's coming
out.
It's out. It's out. I just can't do too much. So
I guess this one, well, yeah, it goes up.
it's kind of I
very
got some
thin
I got
material,
some breathing
too. It's
space.
breathing.
Yeah, and it's soft. So and these are all soft and they're all cotton and they're all washable. You can just disconnect it, throw it in the washing machine.
Just don't wash the battery.
Don't wash the battery. Make sure
Take it
you
out.
disconnect it or you're probably gonna mess it
So
up.
how long will the battery last? Do you know?
For the neck, it actually will also last roughly about 5 to 7 hours, depending on the setting that you're on.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So that's mine. What you got for us?
So, as we were just talking about, I think everyone has seen the movie The Christmas Story when they dress up the little kid.
You don't
and
wanna
he's
look like
got-
that.
You don't want to look like that.
Is
And
that the
that's
one where he
how,
licked the pole and his tongue got stuck?
Yeah, but
That's
it's like
like
where
the
his arms
abominable
are-
snowman.
Exactly.
So that's not. Let's show you what you don't want to look like.
Exactly.
So we
Yeah.
don't want to look like you're walking around in a blanket. We've seen this.
Oh, we remember.
Oh my gosh.
Don't wear a mattress.
Please don't wear
Just
that.
because it's cold.
This is warm, but this is probably not how we want to go.
No. So first up, we have the Unique Glow Heat Tech Turtleneck T-shirt. So it's a soft, stretchy, and fitted turtleneck. So it actually has
it's
argyle oil moisturizers within the fibers. So it's going to give you like a really, really great feel on your skin. You're going to want to wear this turtleneck.
Sounds really
Yeah.
soft.
Bottom line.
and,
It is
like,
soft.
creamy.
Yes, yes.
And
guess what?
it
They
generates heat.
$9.95.
Right, and it generates heat
$10?
while you move.
$10.
While you move, it's heating up.
It's heating.
I'm gonna buy them.
I think I'm gonna wear mine at the gym.
And they come in lots of different colors, black, green, you would.
I would wear mine at the gym.
I mean, yeah.
Burn more calories.
Probably, yes, probably. This just has the patented material. There's no battery pack in these.
Well, and
However.
I love though that the turtleneck is not super tight.
No,
Yeah,
no. And
so
it's a nice
not-
kind of thin fiber, so it's really silky, and
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't like have that, again, that whole itchy combination that I just can't do.
claustrophobia.
Yeah.
So this next one I'm even more excited about because I hate running, but I love to run in the winter and the fall just because it makes me feel like I'm doing something with my life. So the thermal jacket by Volt is amazing.
This is awesome.
So it has a 5-volt USB power bank battery, and it's a stylish pullover, has multi-heating zones, including the neck, shoulders, upper, and mid back. So I know if you're like me, as you start to run, sometimes your body will cool itself down, which is where you can start to pull muscles and where you can have, some pain within the shoulder areas if you're straining or if you're pulling to one side. So keeping those muscles really heated can
while you're
really
moving.
help you avoid
And
injury.
I think that's a really great point to make, because I think, it's great to get out, and I've tried to become more avid about not letting weather, kind of affect what I do as far as fitness or just general activity outside. But
There's always a reason to say no.
Yeah. But you do have to be mindful about how you dress. You do want to make sure that you are protecting not only just yourself from temperatures, but like you said, your muscles and things like that need to stay warm while you're out in colder temperatures.
And when you're doing anything, a 5K, okay, you could probably be a little bit more layered, but once you're getting into the 10K, the half marathon, the full marathon, you don't want something that's super heavy, very bulky. You want something that's light, that's going to be easy to run in, and keep
your body
you protected.
heats up pretty fast.
Absolutely.
So, bringing up the rear.
I was like, what you got, Britt?
This is
We're getting all the way down.
Y'all save the best for me. Okay? So we're going to lift the tush. We're going to flatten the tummy, keep the legs warm, keep the toes warm. I love it. I'm all about it. I'm
This
sold.
isn't a tummy tuck.
No, this is not a tummy. This is
Oh, shoot.
So,
We can go buy this.
yes,
That's
you can go buy it from in the store.
Amazon too.
Yes. Opaque tights with cushion foot from Yummy by Heather. Look at these, y'all. It's like
Wait. You said
for your
cushion
legs.
foot.
Yummy. Hold on. Let me say it again. Opaque tights with cushion foot from Yummy.
So the feet are
by
cushiony?
Heather Thompson.
So I think the feet have socks in the
So
tight.
there's a
already.
sock. There's a Spanx for your tummy.
Not that any of us would need that because we all have
So look, there's
slamming
the pictures
bodies
there. You
right
can
now.
see at the bottom of the feet, it's kind of like a little bit more gray. There's socks included in the tights.
So you don't have to do the whole sock over the top.
Literally, you just like pull these things on and a dress
And go.
and you're done. And a shoe.
So did you bring us some of these?
I have to. I'm gonna go buy them. These are amazing.
We have a stop on the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
After we
just-
leave, we're gonna.
I really
Get 'em
feel
all.
like you kind of let us down today, Britt.
It's raining.
I know. I
can
could have
just-
used these tights today.
They're amazing. Like my favorite is like it keeps this tight and right.
And your toes don't have to get cold.
And your toes don't have
That's
to
the
get,
biggest
my toes
thing.
get cold so fast.
It's so embarrassing
Those poor
in the
little
winter
babies.
when I go to people's houses and I forget that I put on like these nasty big old socks underneath my boots and that I have to take my boots off in public and I'm like, oh no.
So then you just walk around barefoot and your toes are all cold.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't remove my boots. It's like it's a foot thing.
They're amazing.
we got
Amazing.
issues. It's
We
okay.
do.
It's okay.
We do.
We hope that you guys found some useful ideas to stay warm and to stay stylish this fall and winter. So if you want to see more of these items, please head over to Good Things on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and GoodThingsDC.com.
Yeah, we got a
Like the
lot
way-
for you.
I like the way she says Twitter.
Twitter.
She's our social media
She
guru.
is.
Well, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Gwen Whitaker with Green Fair Organic Cafe here in Herndon, Virginia. We are a restaurant with a purpose. Green Fair is one of 7 organic certified restaurants in the country. I opened the restaurant with the goal of allowing people to eat their way to good health with whole plant food, which is fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, and legumes. We work with local and seasonal producers of produce, so our food is going to be more nutritionally available. So Green Fair meals are free of added salt, oil, and sugar, things that get people into trouble. We actually do a 21-day Kickstart Your Health program that's done by PCRM, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. We give classes, education, and 21 days worth of meals so people can lose weight, reduce pain and inflammation, and eliminate medications. So in addition to the Kickstart, we also have lectures from doctors and nutritionists. We host documentary every month where we have dinner and a movie, and we have cooking classes. And we're trying to change the way people interact with community, education, and delicious food. So come join us at Green Fair for an event and an awesome dinner.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial and quick break from Green Fair Organic Cafe, which is actually located in Herndon, Virginia.
Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Gwen. And we're actually going to visit with Gwen later on today, and we're going to bring back some information from Green Fair, and you'll see that a little bit later this month right here on Good Things. And it's going to be a little treat for us, and hopefully maybe a little Thanksgiving treat for you. And we can't wait to share that with you. But moving on, you know, as I said earlier, we know technology is not slowing down anytime soon, right? And the great thing, though, about technology is that it does really try to do certain things. I know there's some bad parts about it, but there's some really great things that really do add to our lives to really help maybe simplify some things that we might need a little bit of help with day to day. And I think that if we can utilize that, then sometimes, you know, we might just come out a little bit ahead. So we've got a segment that we'd like to share with you that we like to call Lifestyle Approved.
I like it.
So we are going to basically share with you some of the top apps that are there to just really help us get better days
Get
going,
it together.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get it together, right? Okay, yeah.
So this is interesting. Simple Habit, which is one of the 2016's best awarded apps, which aims to get you meditating for at least 5 minutes a day. And it focuses on different situations such as commuting or getting enough sleep. So my husband just recently started meditating. And I wouldn't say this to him, but it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Because he gets up in the morning and he goes and he sits by himself and he just meditates in the morning, and it gets his day started, and then he has breakfast, and he tells me all the time I need to meditate more. I like yoga for my meditating, but I don't have time for yoga right now, so I really, really am going to download.
You might jump on the bandwagon.
Yes, because it does something for your brain to just shut it down.
Yes.
And I think what people don't understand is that you don't have to shut your brain off completely to meditate.
Yes.
And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. It's definitely a practicing technique.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and talking about shutting things down, I think the next app actually is focused right on that.
So our next pick is going to tie right in with your goals to relax more and unplug. So we're going to take a look at, we got a banner, right?
Yeah, we need this.
Break Free.
Yeah.
So Break Free, oh my gosh, I need this so badly. It addresses the need for people to focus on spending less time on their mobile devices. It tracks how much you're using your smartphone, and it presents you with evidence. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I want it anymore. But
it's going to tell you about yourself.
It'll tell you about yourself, but it'll give you strategies to help you to like be more present and be, you know, spend more time in the real world. So I don't know. Some people might be a little nervous about like the report card that Break Free.
And maybe it's just, it's strictly, maybe that's what it's about, is really, you know, showing you how much time that you spend, you know, in maybe certain places. And it does break that down for you. It actually shows you how much time you're spending, you know, actually on a phone call, how much time you're spending texting, how much time you're spending on social media sites.
Right.
And so you really kind of see where maybe some of that extra time when you're like, I don't have any time, is going to.
It's probably going to be really eye-opening because I know just for me, like I have two phones, one for work and one
Me
for
too.
personal. And I'm constant, you know, I'm this and the kids are like, Mommy, and I'm like, 1 second. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm still, you know, so.
Yeah.
You miss things. And when you're always seeing something behind the lens of your camera, you miss things. I mean, even though you're taking a photo, I mean, you're not in that moment with them.
It's true. It's true. And we got to remember, there was a time that we didn't have these things.
We didn't have anything to break free from.
No.
And there's one app before you do your app that I'm going to share that we can post. Actually, I completely forgot about this, and I do not know why I didn't think to put it on our show today. It is a fairly new app, so it's not available for Apple yet.
Okay.
But it was actually designed by 2 chiropractors that I went to school with one of them in elementary. So what they developed is an app for, I mean, how many people do this on a regular basis?
Yes.
Which is horrible for your neck.
That's terrible, yeah.
So the app...
The ergonomics, terrible.
Exactly. The app that they designed actually will vibrate when you've been...
That is genius.
...in the wrong position for too long, and it will remind you to straighten up and put your phone in a different position.
All right, we're going to try that out next week.
Yes.
we're going to remember to bring that directly to you, because I think that is something that is so important.
It is.
And we need to have that. And actually, we may have a short sample from a guest, Dr. Melmed at the Silver Spring Medical Center, who also does a lot to work with not just physical therapy patients, but also people who need to basically just rehabilitate themselves from regular life. And
Yes.
so we've got a little sneak peek with them next
And
week.
we will put the name of the
Perfect.
app
Yeah.
Perfect.
on Facebook, and
We will definitely be using that.
Yes.
Well, to go back into lifestyle, the next app that we want to focus on is actually one to really help you begin to, I guess, really think about what your days are. I know a lot of us try to journal or do diaries every single day, and just so we can have a nice little either keepsake of our day to day or just a reflection. But sometimes that's hard. And so this app called Momento aims to help us do that a little bit better. And what it does basically is it takes little snapshots from your day from your social media accounts. So a lot of times we have to post, whether it's for personal reasons or work reasons. And sometimes looking back at that, even though we may not be able to scroll back just kind of on our own throughout the day, but being able to take a look at that really does help us to kind of remember what was happening during our day. So, you know, if you've ever made one of those little posts that was just like, FML, then it might really help with, you know, just kind of realizing what needs to be done. So it can bring you back and allow you to take a little bit of a closer look at what's going on in your day. So that's a really great app for that.
Yep. And then we got one more. So last but not least, one of the best apps designed for your
Oh,
virtual...
no, wait, two more.
We got two more.
Yes.
Okay.
But yours first.
Mine first. Okay. So this app is designed for your virtual safety. 1Password. It is designed to
I need that.
protect you from hacking. And I've actually seen this before. I guess I didn't necessarily know that it was an app, but
Yeah.
I've seen those programs where you use 1Password and it protects all of your passwords across
Yes.
all different sites.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, maybe it's your New Year's resolution, like to not get hacked and don't be Equifax.
Right.
I
That would
mean,
be
do we
important.
all want lofty goals like that? I don't know. That's a lot.
So 1Password.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my last one, if you're anything like me, I am terrible at keeping track of mementos and family photos and photos I've taken of my husband and the family and
I
us.
keep track of them. They're just all over the place.
They're all over the place. They're
Yeah.
on Instagram. They're on Snapchat.
Phones that
they're-
don't work anymore.
Google Photos. and-
Exactly. Yeah, phones that have been broken, laptops that I no longer own. So what Chatbook does, it is amazing. So it will take anything that you've posted from your social media accounts with options to include the original dates and taglines and capture the exact moment in time of the photo. And I mean, you can get a book starting at $10. So it's a really, really cheap way.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming.
Parents, grandparents, siblings, children that probably don't want pictures of themselves in books, but you can give it to them anyway.
Friends, boyfriends, girlfriends. And you know what? I think this is really nice for people who, I don't know, like people that are maybe deployed overseas.
Yes.
or-
Yeah, these are great books.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So maybe that veteran that's in your life, it is National Veterans Awareness Month and month just in general. So that's a really great way to maybe even send something to them if they're far away to give them a little bit of peace of home. So another great way to do that, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we hope that these tips and some of this new technology and these new apps can help you feel maybe a little bit better about some of the things that might be going on in your mobile devices and handheld devices that you can use to help you live a little bit better. But Good Things will be right back. We'll see you in 2.
How do you plan to deal with the issue of equal pay for men?
I won't rest until men have equal pay.
Woman, woman, got a whole lot of nerve, she the flame in the fire. Woman, woman, she's a lover and a fighter and a king and a mother. Woman, woman, turn a boy to a man, build a whole empire. That woman got a story, with a halo standing in her glory. Woman, woman. woman. Take a trip to the moon on the curves of her body. Woman, woman. One hand on a and the other on a Harley.
We all know that the majority of childcare falls on the men, so we need to give them the appropriate amount of leave.
God gave you the answer when he gave you the woman. I know you're the man, but don't forget where you come from. God gave you the answer when he gave you the woman.
Last year we had an amazing year. This year I want to focus on our sales
Precisely what I
revenue.
wanted to address. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
So as I was saying, last year was great, but next year is going to be even better.
That woman, she's a boss lady. She's a go-getter.
Next question.
That woman is a winner.
Hey, welcome back to Good Things. So we decided about a month ago, I think, that it's so important for us. We always know it's important for us as women. You know, we're wives, we're moms, we are mentors in our community, we're leaders in our communities. And, you know, I think sometimes it's really easy to kind of forget that, you know, there are moments in our lives, whether it's current or 10 plus years ago, that maybe we didn't feel so confident about where we would be, what we would be doing, who we would be with. But it's also good to remember that everything's really a growing process and everything's a learning process. And
And you get something from everything.
you do, and you get a takeaway. And so we wanted to start something. Leah kind of shared with us and gave us goosebumps and some tears. And so we wanted to write a letter to our 17-year-old self. And the reason we picked 17 is because I feel like that's a year. It's usually right before you leave the nest and you go off to school, if you go off to school. But it's still a time that, you know what, you're still a kid and you're still trying to figure it out. So this week, we are going to ask Britt to share her letter to her 17-year-old self.
Okay. The goal is not to cry, okay?
The goal is to cry.
And I'm talking to myself. Dear 17-year-old me, hi, it's me, you, but older. I just needed you to know a few things. You are beautiful. You don't need to be like anyone else because you were made wonderfully and fearfully. Own it. College is coming up. You're going to be away from home for the first time, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be scary and challenging, but you will meet friends that will stay with you forever. Always be kind to yourself and to others, no matter what those around you are doing. Now, you're going to encounter a Sally Mae. When you do, run fast and far. Sally Mae only means you harm, no good. You'll see what I mean later. Practice being alone. You need to learn who you are. It will help you through those tougher times. And last but not least, know this. Oh, Lord, here I go. You are capable of loving and being loved. Don't fight it.
Amen.
P.S. You're going to completely slay adulthood. Love you. Sign. I had to get myself out of the emotions. So I had to close it with a joke. But that's what I would say to myself 10 plus years ago. So
Amazing.
We all need it.
So what advice, inspiration, or encouragement would you have for your 17-year-old self? Share it with us on Facebook by adding hashtag 17again to your post and tagging GoodThings DC.
Yeah. Share with us. You know, we have a lot to learn, and we still have a lot to learn. But I think it's always good to reel it back and just really take a look at how far you've come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's all a great accomplishment. Well, it's been another great show for us. Again, we thank you so much for being a part of Good Things. We love you guys out there. You're amazing. Thank you again to our sponsors, Soderma Dermatology, Hair Meets Art, An Officer and a Gentlewoman, Dollistic. There's so many out there. We appreciate you so, so much. You're amazing every single week. You take care of us. And we look forward to seeing all of you next week. Yeah. So with that, as we always say,
always be kind.
And do good things.
Remember to love one another. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.